God, and we are live, finally. Gracious. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Living Theosophy YouTube channel. It is going to be a mausoleum, and I'm okay with that. I'm completely okay with that because we are beginning a brand new book here in the live book studies. And I was just over on Periscope earlier on the Living Theosophy Periscope channel. I'm living Theosophy across all platforms. I am simply a student of Theosophy. My name, I never even give it here. It's not important. I am a former radio and television broadcaster, now voicing the ancient teachings of Theosophy. And on this channel, Theosophy is the star. So today we're going to begin this, the voice of the silence. So if you're coming on as a rewatcher, that's fantastic. If you do happen to pop on and you are live, I will interact with you. Let me see here if I can get you to come up before anybody comes in. Oh, somebody's coming in. Hang on. Let me see if I can find it. There'll be a delay here, and I don't see it. It's not coming up. Where the heck is it? That's not okay. Okay. Home. How about I go home? Is it a home? Hang on one sec. No, it's not at home. It's not on videos. Why can't I see the video? That's a shame. I want to be able to talk to you guys. I want to be able to see your comments. Hello there. I won't be able to comment to you. I don't know why it's not coming up. This has never happened. However, I will carry on. So I hope I can see your comments on this screen. I don't understand why it's not on the computer. But anyway, let's move forward because the show must go on. These teachings here on the Living Theosophy channel are just to get these teachings out into the world. The entire earth is not going to be able to make it to these tiny libraries all over the world. What they're going to do is they're going to go on their phones. And that's why I'm bringing it to the internet so people can have access to these teachings all over the world, wherever they are. So I will voice this. I voice these teachings. The Key to Theosophy book studies over here, this one, we do those recorded. So those are edited. They're a little bit cleaner than these. If you would like a free copy of the Key to Theosophy, the folks up at the Theosophical headquarters in London have been amazing. The Theosophical Society has offered to send out free copies to students here in the United Kingdom. If you would like a free copy, please drop me an email. My email is connected to this channel, or you can just drop me a line. Go to the Living Theosophy website. You can drop me a line there. It's livingtheosophy@gmail.com. And if you live in the United Kingdom, there is a limited supply of free paperbacks of the Key to Theosophy if you'd like to study along. But today we're going to be going, and it's such a shame because I want to be able to play with you. We're going to be going into the voice of the silence. Is this showing up backwards? I can't even tell. I don't know. Anyway, it says we're live, so let's do it. Okay. On the Living Theosophy website also, if you'd like to get a free copy of this book, a PDF copy, if you want free ebooks, click the link over here. That is to my left, the very special purple picture. Click that link and you'll be able to be downloading these books in minutes and you can follow along with me. Now, I have not announced this time of this particular study. If there's a time that works better for you, please let me know in the comments. I try to read every comment that comes through. And so this is a completely different time. I do not expect a lot of people in this audience. And that's okay because you know why? Because this is dedicated to the few. It's true. That was a white balance thing. Did you see that on the camera? Yeah. So dedicated to the few. This is the voice of the silence. So I'm going to do one more time to try to see if I can get you to come up so I can type to you in the live chat. I'm there. That's wonderful news. Okay, hang on. That's good. Okay, let's turn me down. There I am looking at myself. You can see the standing room behind us. We call this room the standing room. But I'll see if I can say something to you. Hang on. And so we can interact. Hi there. Hi there. Okay. Smiley face. Good. Okay, good. There's two of you here. I think one of them is me. Okay, are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go. All right. So on this channel, there are audio copies of these books. Not the Secret Doctrine is not on there. That is a daunting text. And if you want to find out about humanity's textbook, about these teachings of compassion and unity and love and empathy, I highly recommend starting here. Start anywhere you wish. We are beginning a new book today. We did Light on the Path. That was a lot of fun. We did that for a couple years, a year or so. Did one every month. And we're doing the Key to Theosophy. That may take another year, but it doesn't matter where you start as long as you start. So the voice of the silence here, again, you can purchase these books But the hard copy books aren't as important as what you do with the information that comes from these texts. Because this channel is not about me, it is about the teachings, and most importantly, it is about what you do with these teachings, how you apply these teachings, and what you become by becoming these teachings of compassion. So let us open our books, dedicated to the few. It's just me and you. I'm able to see. The lighting is still, oh, it's just crap. It's just crappy lighting, but we'll get there. I'm trying to figure it out. Somebody told me have lights behind, have lights in front, but I'm blasted with this light. It's fine. Okay, compassion. Now, I'm not, really quick, I'm not going to be able to use the teleprompter on this. I have to read from the text. So I will be looking down. If you have any comments at all, please throw them up, even if you just want to say hello. Okay. Compassion is no attribute. It is the law of laws. It is eternal harmony, Alaya. Alaya, which means the universal soul's self. Okay? Compassion is the law of laws. It is eternal harmony, Alaya's self. A shoreless universal essence, the light of everlasting right, and the fitness of all things, the law of love eternal. This is just the beginning. We haven't even started. Okay? The more thou dost. Okay, this is written in a language that is timeless, though this book is written down about 130 years ago. The more thou dost become at one with it, thy being melted in its being, the more thy soul unites with that which is. The more thou wilt become compassion absolute. Such as the Arya. Now the Arya, A-R-Y-A, is where we get the word Aryan. And that has been corrupted in the last century. So there's 3 of you here. Hi, welcome everybody. I think I'm one of those. Anyway, Arya, A-R-Y-A, means noble, honorable, precious, or pure. So it says, such is the Arya path, the path of the Buddhas of perfection. Okay. The voice of the silence, again, dedicated to the few. This is not for everybody, but if you're here, there's a reason for it. Hi there, welcome. I don't know who that is. It's H. Hi, H. Welcome, H, to this channel. This is a live interactive broadcast, so it's going to be weird because it's not quite as clean as the recorded ones, but we're going to start the voice of the silence being fragments, being chosen fragments from the Book of the Golden Precepts, which I will explain that in a moment, for the daily use of Lanus. Does the other person here know what Lanus means? Disciples. It was translated and annotated by HPB, which stands for Helena Petrovna Blavatsky. Now, these teachings are not about something Blavatsky came up with. Helena did not just come up with these. This was written down by her. These were written down by her. And many texts through the ages have been written down, through the alchemists, through the Jewish Kabbalists, through the Vedas, the Upanishads. People wrote them down, but we're not here to worship the scribe. Okay. It was published in 1889. We're looking at a text that was written down 130 years ago. So, hast thou attuned thy being to humanity's great pain, O candidate for light? Have you felt the suffering of all beings on this planet? Hast thou attuned thy being to humanity's great pain, O candidate for light? This extraordinary, now this is my intro into her preface. So, for me to be able to voice this text, I had to publish it myself. So I wrote an intro to it, and I shall read that to you. This extraordinary, essential, sacred theosophical text has been carefully cross-referenced and reproduced for republication. It is a verbatim copy of the original 1889 edition. It is close as can be digitally reproduced. The only changes are a few extremely minor printing press typographical errors, and absolutely no changes have been made to the original writings. The message and the teaching remains completely intact. So let's get into the preface written down by HPB. Now, she did write this part down. This is from her, leading into the text that is sacred and ancient and belongs to all. Preface. The following pages are derived from the Book of the Golden Precepts. Now, the Book of the Golden Precepts is an ancient book that HPB studied while in Tibet. It still remains unknown by most of the general public and scholars, and it is composed of a collection of treatises of Buddhist and pre-Buddhist origin. So going back before, okay, going back before. The Book of the Golden Precepts is one of the works put into the hands of mystic students in the East. The knowledge of them is obligatory, meaning required, in that school, the teachings of which are accepted by many theosophists. Therefore, as I know, this is HPB, many of these precepts by heart, the work of translating has been relatively an easy task for her, she says. It is well known that in India, the methods of psychic development differ with the gurus, which means teachers or masters. Be careful with the word guru, because a lot of people call themselves gurus and they're not gurus. This is guru in the guruist sense of the word, okay? Not only because of their belonging to different schools of philosophy, of which there are 6, but because every guru has his own system. And he generally keeps that very secret to himself. Oh, there you are. Hi there. Earth to Joe. Oh, God. Well, really quick, we're going to digress. There was a Periscope on earlier. On the Periscope Living Theosophy channel, we show you a peek into our lives. And it took me a while to switch heads from daily life, getting into the teachings of Theosophy. Hi, Joe. I love you very much. Thank you for popping on. We do have a lot of fun over there. So as long as it gets the word of Theosophy out into the world, that's all I care about. Because I believe these teachings are so imperative and important. They are of compassion, unity, love, understanding. They are the foundation of the world's religion, sciences, and philosophies. And that's what I'm doing here. So let's get back to the preface. It is well known that in India, the methods of psychic development differ from with the gurus, teachers or masters, not only because of their belonging to different schools of philosophy, of which there are 6, but because every guru has his own system, which he keeps very secret generally. But beyond the Himalayas, the method in the esoteric schools does not differ unless the guru is simply a lama. Now, a lama means simply a spiritual teacher, a little more learned than those he teaches. The work from which I here translate forms part of the same series as that from which the stanzas of the Book of Zion. Okay, so I'm saying D-Z-Y-A-N, Zion, Zion or Zion. That, listen, the Book of Zion is which the secret doctrine is based. So if you're watching this, pay attention. The Book of Zion, D-Z-Y-A-N, is the book that the secret doctrine is based. That's very important. Okay. Together with the great mystic work called the Paramartha, okay, the highest or whole truth of spiritual knowledge, which the legend was delivered to the great Arhat, A-R-H-A-T. Now you will hear the name Arhat written down as Arhan, Rahat, Arhat. It means the worthy one. Arhat means the worthy one deserving of divine honors. Okay, that was given to them by the Nagas, or serpents. In truth, that was the name given to the ancient initiates. Okay, the Nagas, or serpents, in truth, a name given to the ancient initiates. I'm going to pause here. If this is not making any sense to you, don't worry. Either keep listening or listen to it as a metaphysical poem. It doesn't matter. There's lots of important information in here. And I want you to keep listening. Don't be thrown off by something that sounds weird or scary or strange. I promise you it's worth it. It's well worth it. Stick around. Okay, the Book of the Golden Precepts claims the same origin, yet its maxims and ideas, however noble and original, are often found under different forms in Sanskrit works, such as the Tyanishvari. Now I'm saying a word called Tyanishvari. It is spelled D-N-Y-A-N-E-S-H-W-A-R-I. Okay? It's a 13th century commentary on the Bhagavad Gita. That superb mystic treatise in which Krishna describes to Arjuna, we've talked about this before, Krishna being the higher self and Arjuna being the lower self, meaning God and man, okay? In which Krishna describes to Arjuna in glowing colors the condition of a fully illumined yogi, and again in certain Upanishads. This is but natural, since most, if not all, of the greatest arhats, we talked about that, the first followers of Gautama Buddha, were Hindus and Aryans, not Mongolians, okay? Aryans, we talked about that earlier too. Arya, remember? Okay? Especially those who immigrated into Tibet. The works left by Aryasanga, all right? Aryasanga, A-R-Y-A, again, Arya, Sangha, who was a disciple of Buddha who founded the esoteric Yogacara school in Tibet, alone are very numerous. Arya, like Mahatma, can be very confusing. This is a digression. I want to really state this, okay? Because Mahatma Gandhi's first name is not Mahatma. It's Mohandas. That's his name, Mohandas, which has nothing to do with Mahatma. You will hear the name Mahatma thrown around here in the Theosophical teachings. Mahatma means Maha, great, Atma, spirit, the great spirit. Some people assign themselves the name Mahatma. But anyway, Arya, like Mahatma, is a name. It's not a name. It is rather a description, okay, meaning great soul. The original precepts are engraved on thin oblong squares. Listen, the original precepts that I'm going to be reading to you are written and engraved on thin oblong squares. Copies are often on discs. Okay, these discs or plates are generally preserved on the altars of the temples attached to the centers where the so-called contemplative or Mahayana Yogacara schools are established. They are written variously, sometimes in Tibetan, but mostly in ideographs. So I'm going to ask if anybody is paying attention. Do you know what an ideograph is? It's kind of self-explanatory. I'll wait, just because I want to make this a little bit more organic. Does anybody know what an ideograph is? No interaction with the audience. It's a tough crowd. It's okay. An ideograph is a picture. It's a picture. So, like a hieroglyph. Yeah. An ideograph is a character or a symbol. Thank you for that like. Somebody clicked like on this. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Your viewership, if these teachings resonate with you, get the book for free. Go over to the website over here. You can get a free PDF of this book. You can share these teachings if you will. If you wish to donate to the channel, you certainly can. It pays for bandwidth and my website, and I definitely need work on the lighting, as you can see. You're welcome to, you can get the audiobooks at a greatly reduced price over here on the Living Theosophy website, and that all goes back into sharing the teachings all over the world. Anyway, okay, so they are written variously, sometimes in Tibetan and mostly in ideographs, which are characters or symbols. The sacerdotal, which means priestly language, or the mystery speech of the initiated adepts all over the world. Okay, so this is written down in a very special way. It's a special way. 6 of you are here. Welcome to you. You're free to make a comment if you wish. Tell me something's wrong or something. If you can't see something, we can talk to each other. I'd like to get it so these become like little groups where we're together and we're sitting around a table together. So it's not me talking at you. We're actually having a discussion. However, I'm doing most of the discussing, but I'm reading the text. That's what's important. Theosophy is the star here. It's not about me. I'm a student just like you. Okay, the sacerdotal priestly language, it's besides an alphabet of his own, may be rendered in several modes of writing in cipher characters, which partake more of the nature of ideographs than syllables, so they're more pictures than words. Another method in Tibetan is to use the numerals and colors, so you can speak in colors. Now, I know people are going to go, what? Woo! Okay, no, listen, it's true. Colors and symbols, it's very important. It's not just about words, okay? So, and each corresponds to the Tibetan alphabet, 30 simple and 74 compound letters, thus forming a complete cryptographic alphabet. So you have numerals, colors, ideographs, and syllables. When the ideographs are used, there is a definite mode of reading the texts, as in this case, the symbols and signs used in astrology, namely the 12 zodiacal animals and the 7 primary colors, each a triplet in shade. So not just a blue, you would have a light, dark, and primary, okay? So different shades of different colors. If I've lost you, don't worry, stick around. Stand for the 33 letters of the simple alphabet for words and sentences. So, for in this method, the 12 animals, 5 times repeated and coupled with the 5 elements and the 7 colors, furnish a whole alphabet composed of 60 sacred letters and 12 signs. A sign placed at the beginning of the text determines whether the reader has to spell it according to the Indian mode, when every word is simply a Sanskrit adaptation, or according to the Chinese principle of reading the ideographs, reading the pictures and translating them yourself. The easiest way, however, is that which allows the reader to use no special or any language he likes, as the signs and symbols were, like the Arabian numerals or figures, common and international property among initiated mystics and their followers. So it's really best, however these teachings cross your path, for you to understand them in the best way you can, okay? So however it works for you is how you should study these teachings. Right now, I'm voicing them to you. download the book for free. Get your copy over, look at the purple picture, get your copy over there and you can read this as well. We're still in the preface. Here we go. The same peculiarity is characteristic of one of the Chinese modes of writing, which can be read with equal facility by anyone acquainted with the character. For instance, a Japanese person can read it in his own language as readily as someone from China can in his. The Book of the Golden Precepts, some of which are pre-Buddhistic, which came before the Buddhism. It's old. This stuff is ancient. It's timeless. While others belonging to a later date contains about 90 distinct little treatises. Of these, I learned 33. And that is 39, sorry. Of these, I learned 39 by heart. So that is, HBB has memorized 39 of these. To translate the rest, she would have to resort to notes scattered among a too large number of papers and memoranda collected for the last 20 years. That's back in the day, so she could never put them in order. And it would not be an easy task. And she said, very importantly, this is really important, okay? Nor could they all be translated and given to a world too selfish and too much attached to objects of sense, objects of the sensory world, to be in any way prepared to receive such exalted ethics in the right spirit. I'm going to read that again because I think the world is still too selfish. I think we are still too selfish. So, nor back in the day could they have been translated and given to a world too selfish and too much attached to objects of sense to be in any way prepared to receive such exalted ethics in the right spirit. So if you're getting these teachings and you're understanding them, are you going to use them for selfless service to humanity? That's a big question I have for you. Okay. For unless a man perseveres seriously in the pursuit of self-knowledge, he will never lend a willing ear to advice of this nature. So unless you're here for selfless reasons, unless you are here to be of service to humanity, unless you are here to help ease the unnecessary suffering of all beings on this planet, none of this is gonna make any sense to you at all, okay? As yet, such ethics fill volumes upon volumes in Eastern literature, especially in the Upanishads. Do you know? Thank you, Lou is here. Hi, Lou. Sorry, I promised I wasn't going to do that, but I'm glad that you're here. Hi, Lou. Do you know what the Upanishads are? The Upanishads, again, are texts found at the end of each Veda. The Upanishads date back to about 600 BC, and they focus on meditation, philosophy, spiritual knowledge. They are the foundation of the Hindu philosophical thought, and they have profoundly influenced diverse traditions all over the world. So the Upanishads, the Vedas going back, this is now 2,600 years. Okay, so in the Upanishads, kill out all desire of life. We've heard that before, right? We've heard these treatises, these paradoxical sayings before. We are now in the voice of the silence. Kill out all desire of life, says Krishna to Arjuna. That desire lingers only in the body, the vehicle of the embodied self, not in the self, which is capitalized, S-E-L-F, not in the eternal self, which is eternal. The self is eternal, indestructible, which kills not, nor is it killed. You cannot be killed. Well, I mean, in the physical body you can, but the you that is you, observing the you in your physical body, cannot end. You are in eternity now as much as you will ever be. You are an eternal being listening to me talk to you right now. So that's right. So the self, capitalized, is eternal, indestructible, which kills not and is not killed. That's in the Katha Upanishad. Kill out sensation teaches the Sutta Nipada. So let me say that right. That's the Sutta Nipada. Sutta Nipada, that is spelled S-U-T-T-A-N-I-P-A-T-A, Sutta Nipada. Look alike on pleasure and pain. Look alike on pleasure and pain, gain and loss, victory and defeat. Can you look alike on pleasure and pain? Can you look alike on criticism and compliment? Okay, victory and defeat. Again, seek shelter in eternal alone. Don't worry about the small stuff. Don't worry about the incidentals of this life that you have been given. This is a gift. Pay attention to the gift that you truly are. You have incarnated into this physical body, and there's a reason that you're here. Okay. Destroy the sense of separateness. Repeats Krishna under every form. The mind, the manas, they call the mind the manas, which follows the rambling senses. Remember the senses. We talk about that, the vices and virtues, which follows the rambling senses, makes the soul, the buddhi, inside you, B-U-D-D-H-I, as helpless as the boat which leads astray the boat upon the waters, windy waters. Let's read that again, okay. Which makes the Buddhi as helpless as the boat which the wind leads astray upon the waters. That is from the Bhagavad Gita 2, number 70. So, okay, destroy the sense of separateness is what Krishna says. The mind, which follows the rambling senses, if you pay too much attention to the physical world and you get lost in that, you will not be able to pay attention to the true you that is you. Therefore, it has been thought better to make a judicious, I knew I was going to stumble over that. I even wrote it really big for myself. Therefore, it has been thought better to make a judicious, which means to show good judgment or sense, selection only from those treatises which will best suit the few real mystics in the Theosophical Society. Okay, you don't have to be in the Theosophical Society right now, but you could and you should. They've got a diploma course. I joined up again. They've got a diploma course that's starting not too long from now, and I highly recommend that. If you want to learn more about Theosophy, you can do it online, and it's out of the London Theosophical Lodge. I will put a link in this video when it's done. So, okay, therefore, it has been thought better to make a judicious selection only from the treatises which will best suit the few real mystics in the Theosophical Society and which are sure to answer their needs. It is only these who will appreciate these words of Krishna Christos. Krishna Christos, which means the higher self. Christ is in there. Krishna Christos. Okay. Sages, do not grieve for the living nor the dead. Never did I not exist, nor you. Never did I not exist, nor you, nor these rulers of men, nor will any one of us hereafter ever cease to be. That's kind of comforting. Actually, it's very comforting. Let's read it again. Sages, do not grieve for the living nor the dead. Never did I not exist, nor you, nor these rulers of men, nor will any one of us ever hereafter cease to be. That's from the Bhagavad Gita 2:27. In this translation, I have done my best to preserve the poetical beauty of the language and the imagery which characterize the original. How far this effort has been successful is for the reader to judge. Actually, that would be you, the listener. And there you have HPB's preface to the beginning of The Voice of the Silence, which is a sacred theosophical text. This is bigger than Light on the Path. This is a powerful, if you could take one book with you anywhere forever, this would be up there. Along with the Key to Theosophy, it'd be either this one or that one. I'm not sure. Maybe even if I could take just a light one, if I only had a tiny carry-on, I'd take this one. But anyway, if you're looking to find out what Theosophy is all about, if you're here on this channel, good. If you like what you see, please share. Share if you will. Comment. I will try to answer every possible comment that comes through. I do try. I see I missed some. Some get held back for spam, and I don't get to them for months, but it is still small enough. We just hit 4,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. The intro for me was a book written down by William Walker Atkinson under the name of Yogi Ramacharaka. And it's on this channel, and I read those texts for you. That was the first thing I go, I've got to be of service. What do I do? So I read the texts. Then I started voicing the audiobooks. Then I started doing the Theosophical Shorts. Then I started actually sharing the texts with you in live and recorded book studies. So anyway, yes. Go look back on this channel. Start anywhere you wish. This is the very first one of The Voice of the Silence as we move forward into the text. Take of it what you will, apply it, revisit it, go get the book for yourself for free, and you can, that's a PDF version on the website. And as you read it, it will apply to every part of your life. It will apply to you paying your mortgage. It will apply to you getting dressed in the morning. It will apply to you dealing with traffic. It will apply to you grocery shopping. It will apply to you not having enough or having too much. It will apply in relationship situations. It will apply in everything. Theosophy is the foundation, again, of all of the world's religions, sciences, and philosophies. So theos meaning gods, Sophia meaning wisdom. It is the wisdom of the gods. If there's a better time for you to do these live, I might even do them later for America. I'm not sure, because I'm here in the United Kingdom and I'm just coming on to share what I feel has changed my life in such a humongous way that I can't not share them, if that makes any sense. I can't not share these. I have to do these. These have to be done. And they show up and I'm like, okay, let's go. So I've recently teamed up with the Theosophical Society out of London, the headquarters. They have offered, for those of you who are interested, as we do the Key to Theosophy book studies, and I will do another one of those. It'll be coming up at the end of next week. Those are a little less choppy. Those are read with a teleprompter and they are edited. So they're smoother. If you would like a free paperback copy of The Key to Theosophy, drop me an email and I will get that sent off to you. Those have already started going out. Thank you, Theosophical Society out of London, for your generosity. We have a limited number of copies, so do let me know. And also, if you'd like to support the channel, you can by clicking over here. You see the support option there. You can get these books in audio form. It's a much lower price than what's on the global retail outlets, and all of that comes back into the channel. It goes back into getting the teachings out there to where they need to be, which is actually, where are you all the time? What are you doing all the time? You're looking at your phone. You're online. And don't lie, because you are. I know you are. So are you going to go to the library and pick up one of these books? I was at a library. I was actually at a bookstore called the Bodhi Tree in Santa Monica. And I popped that book out and put it in my bag and was happy that I bought it. I didn't know what it meant, but it led me to Light on the Path, which led to study Theosophy with the Theosophical Society out of London, and in their diploma course, which led, I was an insatiable student, I still am, and then here I sit with you. So we are students, we are walking the path together. The path is not something or somewhere, it is you. You are the path. And as your light brightens within, you'll be able to see your path more clearly. So if you put these teachings into practice, become compassion, become understanding, you will find that the world will change. This is actually proactive peace on earth. It's true. And it isn't divisive. It isn't a religion. It's not a church. This is the ancient sacred knowledge. This is timeless. And it's time that you had access to it. It's not a mystery anymore. It doesn't have to be. There are people that use it for selfish means. There are people that will use what they learn in these for selfish means. But I am telling you, as I look directly at the camera, if you do that, it will come back to you so strong and so horrifically and sevenfold, if not more. You will be very sorry that you use this for selfish means. If you use black magic, if you try to alter the free will of another, you will suffer from your selfishness. You already do suffer from your selfishness. I suffer from my selfishness. It speaks about karma, the law of equilibrium, the law of balance. It's all in here. It's all in Theosophy. Ghosts, Theosophy. Afterlife, Theosophy. Near-death experience, Theosophy. So there you have it. This is another live book study, this time, The Voice of the Silence. Now remember, it is dedicated to the few. So let's go to that dedication again. All right. So not everybody's going to get this, and that doesn't matter. Some of you will. Dedicated to the few. And those of you who are understanding this, it's for you. And those of you who don't understand it, keep revisiting it until you do understand it. I cannot recommend it enough. So thank you for being here with me tonight. Know that you are loved and appreciated. I will see you soon for another Key to Theosophy book study. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. You want a free copy of the Key to Theosophy, drop me an email. Okay. And I will try to respond to every comment. If I don't comment, comment again. Say, hey, wake up. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful night. Let me know what time works best for you. We're going to get these on a well-oiled machine eventually. Okay, I'll see you soon. I love you. Bye-bye.